Hi brother, this is Shay. So today the video is going to be a deep dive on the risks of Viagra. So first up, I want to say any information or facts that I'm sharing here come directly from the websites of Viagra manufacturers. I'm not a doctor myself, so I just want to put that out there straight away that if it's medical advice that you want to seek, definitely go to a doctor for that. What I want to share today is just the risks that the manufacturers themselves highlight so that we can just have a bit more awareness about do I want to take that risk? Now, how did this come up? Well, as you know, I am part of the subreddit erectile dysfunction subreddit, and I just see so many posts of guys asking questions like, can I take this, or can I mix this medication with this medication? I'm going to share a few examples here. So this first one, the guy's asking for their online sites, which online sites are good for ED medication, what are lower cost sites. Another post here, do Black Maca and Cialis work together, or does it reduce the Cialis efficiency? And then another guy sharing here saying both Viagra and Cialis were completely ineffective for my ED. So definitely some of the guys that I speak with, probably 50% of them say, the guys that I speak with say Viagra and Cialis, when they've tried it, it's worked 50% of the time. The other 50%, it doesn't really work. But yet we're still putting this thing into our body. So I was then curious to look at, okay, what do the manufacturers say about the risks of this kind of medication? So I went on to the Viagra website. Viatris is one of the manufacturers, and just clicked on this bit that said important safety information. And it started coming up with all of this information. Viagra can cause serious side effects. Reported side effects, rarely reported side effects include an erection that doesn't go away, sudden vision loss in one or both eyes, sudden hearing loss or hearing decrease. And, this is so important that they've duplicated it twice and put it on the site twice. But this is some pretty serious stuff, right? And I know it says rarely reported, but my question whenever it says stuff like this is what's going on? Like what's actually happening in our body? What is it within this pill or medication that can potentially cause this? And then I scrolled down a bit more and clicked on this bit that said full prescribing information. And it brought up this sheet that was a bit difficult to read. But it's basically all of the T's and C's, or everything broken down in more detail. And then I saw this massive section here. This is the biggest section out of all of it for warnings and precautions. And it goes into, if we just scroll down a bit more, cardiovascular risks, prolonged erection risks. For example, if it's not treated immediately, an erection over 4 hours, penile tissue damage and permanent loss of potency could result. That means never being able to get hard naturally again. Effects on the eye, hearing loss, hypertension when it's mixed with other medication, and the list goes on. So these are some pretty serious things. And what it led me to think about is I think it's important just to be aware of this. I'm not trying to say to you, you should or shouldn't take this medication. We have to take that decision ourselves. The point I want to highlight is this really a risk that you want to be taking? And what other options have you explored? Right? Because medical route is one route, and most of the times that is just covering up the symptoms, that covering up the cause. It's not actually, covering up the symptoms, not actually addressing the cause. Most of the times from the men that I work with, the cause is mindset. And so if that's a route that you haven't explored, I encourage you to do that, whether it's with me or with somebody else. Below in the comments, I'm going to put a link to my weekly newsletter. So every week I share new videos and tools so that you take those on, and it's specifically focused on the mindset part. So you can try out some tools in your life and see how they work. So if that sounds good to you before taking some of these pretty crazy risks, then click that link below. It will take you straight to the page of the newsletter where you can join that. And then I'll send you a newsletter immediately with 2 instant tips that you can use. I'll see you there.